You ever see someone get completely busted in the funniest way possible? So, at one office I worked in, there was this older guy who had been there for 40 years. He didn't really do anything anymore except steal my coworker's pen. Like, he would just grab it and walk away. And she was new and still learning the ropes, so it was extra annoying. One day I decided we needed some payback. So I found these pink ink refills and I helped her swap them into her pen. A few days later, he grabs the pen again and signed some important document in front of the CEO. And when that bright pink signature hit the page, his face turned red. The CEO took one look and laughed and said,
Nice one, Pinky.
in front of everyone, "It was the best day ever."
Wild, right? Comment what you would have done.
This is the story of how I found out my wife was cheating, how the man she cheated with lost everything. In the early 2000s, I started to feel like something wasn't right. My wife and I had two young kids, around 4 and 6 years old. They started talking about spending time at their grandparents' house during the day. At first, I didn't think much of it, but her parents lived about 90 minutes away. She was dropping the kids off there 2 or 3 times a week. It seemed off. I asked her about it, and she denied it, but something felt wrong. So I started tracking her car's mileage. Turned out she was driving an extra 400 miles every week. One day, she left a sticky note with her AOL password by the computer. I gave in to temptation and logged in. What I found confirmed everything. There were emails between her and her college best friend. She was hooking up with her high school ex, even making fun of his wife for gaining weight after having kids. I wanted proof, so I called a friend who was a cop, and he connected me to a private investigator. Let's call him Ron. I gave Ron the emails and details. He got to work. Ron came back with a full report. My wife was dropping the kids off, meeting this guy for lunch, then heading to a motel for a few hours before picking up the kids like nothing happened. I hired a divorce lawyer immediately. I grew up with cheating parents and knew I didn't want that for my kids. Ron also found out who the guy was. His name was Bob. He was married, had 3 kids, and worked for his father-in-law's company as a sales VP. On the day I had my wife served with divorce papers at work, Ron delivered the full report to Bob's wife. She deserved to know. Bob's wife didn't waste time. She cleaned out their joint account, took the kids, and left. Her father fired Bob from the family business. Since they lived in a house her parents owned, he got kicked out too. Their divorce got messy. He tried showing up to the house and arguing with her. Her brother stepped in and broke Bob's nose. Restraining orders followed, even jail time. I heard Bob left the state. No one really knows where he is now. His ex-wife took over her dad's business and did fine. As for me, I focused on my kids. My ex and I were civil, but only for the kids. Now that they're grown, I don't talk to her at all. I don't hate her, but I also don't care anymore. She's just the mother of my kids, and nothing more. Sometimes the truth hurts, but finding it might just save your future. If you found this story interesting, leave a comment, like, and subscribe for more real-life stories.
Don't click away. The next story is better.
I bought a cheap house in the city. By just turning off a water valve, I accidentally ruined my neighbor's life. Here's how it happened. I live in Asia and recently bought a house in the capital. The previous owners were family friends who left the country years ago. They needed cash, so I got the house at a great price. The house wasn't finished. No proper front door, no gate, just a padlock. On my first day, I found someone's bicycle parked in my garage. I moved the bike to the street. Later, a man knocked angrily on my gate. I didn't answer. After 15 minutes, he took the bike and left. People thought the house was still empty and kept blocking my gate, so I put up a no parking sign. That helped. A few days later, I was taking a shower when I noticed the water pressure was low. I also heard my neighbor's water pump running. I waited for his pump to stop, then tested the taps. Water pressure was back to normal. That made me suspicious. I realized my neighbor might be stealing water from my supply. Probably connected a pipe from my house to his without permission. I thought about confronting him, but water here's cheap, just $5 a month. Still, it didn't feel right. So I came up with a plan. One day when I heard his pump running, I turned off my water from the main valve. His pump kept running without water. Because of the old wiring in his house, it caused a short circuit. The electricity and water in his house shut off completely. His tenants woke up in the middle of the night with no power or water. They were mad. One of them even moved out 2 days later. They complained to the police. The landlord, my neighbor, was fined $500. He also had to return the tenants' deposits and fix the damage before renting again. Couldn't afford it. Now he's moving in with his daughter. The tenants were his only income. He came to my gate and asked if I turned off my water. I just said, yeah, I had a leak. Had to get it fixed. He didn't say much after that. Now I'm getting a plumber to remove any pipe that leaves my property. Problem solved. No more water theft. No more annoying neighbor. All I did was turn off a tap and everything changed. What would you have done in my place? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe.
Got pride, got reason. If they wanna go eat, then you know I'm gon' feed them. If you're coming for me, hope you're ready for a demon. I got eyes in the back.
Okay, that was crazy, but wait until you hear the next one.
He lied. He scammed me, so I waited 6 years. And every year I sent him a little reminder of what he did. Turns out, karma reads love letters too. Let me tell you a story. No, I'm not a revenge expert, but I am a patient person. And sometimes, patience is all you need to watch karma do her thing. 7 years ago, I finally bought my own place. I had saved for 10 years, worked my butt off, and I was so proud. It wasn't fancy, but it was mine. To save money, I bought a home on a shared block. Not a problem, because I made sure it wasn't a strata title. That meant no annoying rules or body corporate. Just a shared walkway and some cheap insurance with my neighbor. Everything was perfect. Until 5 months later, a knock on my door. It's the landlord next door asking to talk about insurance. I get a copy of the policy and, wait, what? It's for strata insurance? I was confused. My lawyer was confused. Turns out my home wasn't freehold like I was told. It was a strata property the whole time. I had proof that it was sold to me as freehold. Emails, ads, everything. I met with the real estate agent, and he just denied it all. No apology, no offer to make it right, just, not my fault. I asked him to at least cover the cost of selling the property when I'm ready. He said no, offered me $1,000 to go away. I refused. I could have taken legal action. I didn't. I had health issues back then, and honestly, I wanted something better, something slower, something more satisfying, so I waited. I found his Facebook, not private. Saw photos from a boys' trip he took months after my sale. Found his home address through business records. And then, I began my little tradition. Every year, on the anniversary of the sale, I sent him flowers with a card that read, "Dear real estate agent, remembering you on this our special day. She has your eyes. Love, L." Sometimes I changed the message slightly, but our special day was always there. And sometimes, he'd also get random postcards from the country he vacationed. Insigned, Love, L. Fast forward 6 years. I hear from some friends of friends. The guy is now divorced, lost his house, no longer a real estate agent. Why? His wife found the cards and gifts every year. Same day, she connected the dots, and he admitted to cheating on her. But here's the twist. Turns out, a year before I bought the house, he came back from a trip with an STD, gave it to his wife, blamed it on someone else. She believed him. Until my fake L showed up every year. Right around the time he had actually cheated, she put the timeline together, and that was the end. Do I feel guilty? Maybe a little. But then, I remember he lied. He cheated. He scammed me. And just like me, karma is patient, and she doesn't miss. Would you do the same? Let me know in the comments.